So, very interesting topic, exit and acquisitions. The unspoken roadmap for Indian startup. We all believe that when we go ahead with any startup, we don't want to give up or change our hands. And why this exit option should come to us, and why such acquisition should take place. Why not the owner, lifetime, maybe for 3 generations, continue the business? So, at the outset, I welcome on behalf of this organizers all of you, and I would like to ask you about, your opinion about the topic itself. Anyone would like to?
Moving forward, every startup or an organization should know what's the road ahead, right? Whether they want to get into the same conventional way of generating revenue, or is the best way to understand the market dynamics, join hands with the competitors, or let us have some radical approach, get exit and get into something new.
Okay.
And being this VUCA world, that is a dynamic world what we are talking about, today's market trends are not same when we talk about 2 years down the line or 3 years down the line. If you ask me the corona, what impact it has created, the entire business models have been changed. Those successful models has also been revised by successful companies as well. How to leverage their own activity down the line of 18 months. So this is what I feel the topic which itself has a gravity to discuss on this platform. Whenever we talk about merger, acquisition or exit strategies, right? Each one is packed with its own pros and cons. It could be a successful startup or a distressed startup, right? When we are talking about successful startup, they are looking at maybe a competency, a market edge, or becoming a bigger market share in that particular vertical. Having said that, due diligence, financial acumen and discipline, and maintaining the stakeholders' interest is prime important. When we are talking about distress, merger and acquisition, for a startup, it is a question of survival, right? Either they can think about capex what they have invested, which can be retained or converted into their survival. Moreover, brand integrity, what they want to maintain throughout their journey during that merger, acquisition, whatever they are talking about. But end of the day, when we talk about business, it's all about survival and profit making. So merger, acquisitions, they all go hand in hand based on their need and the direction what they want to go ahead. Today we are talking about valuations without creating value in reality. That value itself is giving gravity to move ahead as a merger or acquisition, whatever the word what you are using. And survival is also based on the what value or gravity you are creating in the market space. When we are talking about startup journey, it is 1,000 days or 10,000 hours which plays a major role in their survival. As a CEO or promoter, it's your duty to analyze where you stand after every 18th month, whether to go ahead or to rebuild your own strategy.
I look at it from the point of view of how you raise a baby when it's new in the world. As a startup founder, your concept, you have to nurture it, you have to look after it like it's your baby. And then when it gets to a stage where you have set your systems and processes right, if you have plans of growth and expansion, an exit or an acquisition is one of the or are two of the many inevitable options of growth. While it may be tough on founders to let go of their control, I think it is important if you want to have a global presence or a larger market share. An exit or an acquisition or any form of third party involvement. As a startup founder, you always have to have an exit plan, like everyone has rightly pointed out so far, and giving your startup the wings it deserves, just as you would give your child the wings to either say go to school or go to college or aspire to be someone someday. It's something that you should think about from day zero, not to really be so attached to your idea and obsess over it, like you also said.
It can be
I think it's
copied
one
by
of the
someone
things.
same time. Because it says that one idea is thought by multiple people. In the
Yeah,
market.
and the second thing I want to say is around making mistakes is I came back from the US, I was looking at the market conditions here, and I was trying to apply certain ideas that could have worked in that market where I had spent almost a decade. But local context is super important. If you're just trying to copy paste a business model or a business idea just because it sounds intriguing, sounds like it's unique for the market
Yeah.
where you want to launch it, odds of success are pretty
Time
low.
up.
So what I believe in the first thing is the best exit strategy is to not have one. Okay. But still, we being entrepreneurs, and when we say that we are serial entrepreneurs, okay, like I agree with ma'am that we nourish or we have a baby, and for every parent, the baby is the best. So for every entrepreneur, our startup is always the best. Our idea is solving a niche problem, and we have done it. But when we see at a bright or a broader horizon, where we say that, you know what, a startup has to grow, or my baby or my venture has to make sure that they spread their wings out there, right? So when we say that acquisition and exit, my topic would be that if it is strategic, where you know that your baby gets more visibility, right? Eventually, no matter whatever happens, your baby is still your baby. Nobody can take that credit from you, right?
True.
Correct. You will still be the parent for that baby. So what I say is, when you have built something from scratch and you have made sure that you have solved a huge problem, and that problem statement itself has made sure that people are in love with your baby, for example, right? So why not let your baby spread out the wings and fly out over there, where the baby makes sure that the baby goes ahead and spreads your name throughout the world, like how we Indians says, right? माँ बाप का नाम रोशन करना चाहिए. When we say merger and acquisition, there are two possibilities out here. Is either you are a market disruptor and your competitor wants to acquire you, or either you are in losses where you are going for an acquisition, right? So a startup or the founder or the CEO needs to identify one thing: is what stage we are in. Either I'm a disruptor or either I'm going into losses. So we need to understand what is the time or what is the exact point where I need to make sure that what is the exit that I need to give it also, right? In today's India startup ecosystem, every day what I'm thinking, there are 10 other people who are thinking about the same thing, and they may come up with unique ideas also. So what I would like to say is, you should know that when you're a disruptor or when you're going to book losses. That's what I would cover. When your core is right, and this comes to the standard operating procedure, as we call, right? You define an organization, you make sure that you are an SOP driven organization. So what happens is, it's not a person who's defining or running your organization, it's the process that you have defined. So tomorrow, if the founder is not there, or the co-founder is not there, or even a crucial person is not there, your processes have been defined in such a way that the next team can go ahead and do that. That's one thing. Franchises can be into FOCO, FOMO, and COCO models also, right? So it defines that what you're giving. So like McDonald's just doesn't give you the brand. The name brand, yes, but with that comes with their tech, comes their values, and comes their recognition that they've built in so many years. McDonald's is an ages-old brand. Just giving one example. Same goes with KFC example.
Myself Siddharth, I'm the founder and CEO of Indian Hemp Store. So जिनको hemp नहीं पता उनके लिए मैं बताता हूँ, it's a cannabis, bhang. If you have heard about, so this is a kind of a stereotype industry where people are not aware about it. So where we are into, we have built the platform from the scratch. We are the first marketplace platform in India. So we have planned from the initial level that what kind of strategy what we have. And I think every company should have an exit as well as entry into the market. They should have a proper plan. Because right now the current geopolitics what we have seen, after 50 years we cannot see what's going to happen. We cannot say anything. So I think there should be an exit strategy, but we should not romanticize our startup culture. So because our founders, Indian founders, are mostly like, they love their brands, they love what they create, but at the same time we need to see that the vision has to be taken to the forward. If I'm not there, somebody should take that lead and to take that industry to a next level. So that should be there, I think. And that's the reason I think exit policy is also very important in any company, as well as for the entry of the startups. And we should not romanticize, like, if our, startup we give to the others, we won't be able to survive, or people will think in a negative way. People can think as a strategic way also. So in my industry, it's a Mount Everest of challenges. So basically, in hemp industry,
That's
we have policy challenges, we have awareness challenges,
Yeah.
we have industrial challenges. So coming to that, so we have to create the entire ecosystem in India to get this industry. Now globally, it's a $8 billion industry, where in India it is just 500 CR, and we need to bring that forward. Also, we need to have a passive income from multiple, businesses. In one business also, you can have passive income from multiple sources, and I think that is very important for a startup to survive. Otherwise, from a single earning, a startup will not be able to survive. It's always have to have a passive income for that.
We at Kheti Gadi look at things a little differently. We as Indians, if you actually see centuries, the way we've been building businesses, our core focus always has been on profits. Though the fundraising, investment, acquisition, mergers may look really fancy, but I think the core focus of each and every startup should be profitability. That's the only objective which any business will have. Today, the startup ecosystem has been building in such a way where valuation is important, stake is important, exit is important, mergers, acquisitions are important. But at the same time, one also needs to understand that there are other ways also to build and expand. You can look at expansions, you can look at diversifying businesses, the way we do at Kheti Gadi. Initially, we only focused on farm mechanization as a subject. But end of the day, it totally depends on the kind of objective the founders will have. If one has to basically come out with an exit, of course, make that money and get out, kind of a thing. People and founders and startups needs to be initiated, started to make profits, to give solutions, to earn revenues, to hire team, to expand. I mean, if we have that kind of an attitude and approach, that we are not starting a company to survive ourselves and to actually make some kind of a difference, then the game totally changes. Only thing is that we are not aggregating cars, bikes, and so on and so forth, but we are aggregating tractors. So this was something which was never heard before, but yes, today we are doing almost 12,000 hours per month as far as tractor rentals are concerned. So definitely it helps, because there is very less kind of investment in terms of time, money, energy as far as the on-ground stuff is concerned. But of course, the tech and other things needs to be definitely looked into. So it has really helped us, simply because the manpower required is very, very less. We work only from our office. So there are various such factors which has helped us to basically maybe reduce our expenses and so on and so forth, which basically is resulting into profits and so on and so forth. Having said that, sir, to your last question, there is no set formula.
Correct.
That if you do this, then this will happen. If you do that, something has worked for someone, something might not work for someone.
I can give you 3 tips which are extremely critical for all founders. 1, for every entrepreneur or founder, exit strategy is a must. Whether you are a startup in the so-called startup ecosystem that India has just come to be aware of, or you're a family-based startup. If you actually go back and see, we've had families of businesses, and the exit strategy was very simple. The next generation would get ready and the baton used to be passed. That was the exit strategy. And today, when I'm doing a deep tech startup, or I work as an investor into various other startups, I realize that my exit strategy has to be clear the day I enter into the agreement. I think India's middle class has been the biggest money churner, because they have believed in the startup story of India. And that is the reason why most of the IPOs have done well, and hence most of the companies have done well. India's market is booming with opportunities. The fact is, the founder, the investor has to understand what his exit should be. Secondly, mergers. Now, please understand that India, as far as as you rightly said, with all the policies in place, with all the support system in place, and with all the ecosystem. When we talk about ecosystem, what is the ecosystem? When I started off as an entrepreneur, employees would not join in because they thought that if they would join in, उनकी शादियां नहीं होंगी. So उनके parents would not allow them to join us. But today, if you ask a third year engineering student, he would say that I want to start a startup or I want to join a startup. Today, a lot of founders are doing share swap. I've done share swap for one of my organizations because I believe that because I am not able or competent enough to reach that scale, and everybody needs an escape velocity and everything has an escape velocity of its own. India is primarily in a stage where exit options need to be understood by almost every single person. We cannot, life also needs to exit one day, and hence we all need to understand that we will have to, and that's one of the reasons why, especially to women entrepreneurs, I always say this, when they say, oh, it's my baby, your business can never be your baby, because you will exit, you will shut shop, you will sell whenever you need to. I will not sell my own baby, but I will sell my company if it is into losses. Whenever I look at a founder and see that his working capital is funded by the investor, that's where it is a red flag.
Yeah.
Please understand, your working capital cannot be funded by your investor. And I always say this, and I will repeat this, your biggest and your best investor is your customer.